They'll be calling you a radical. This is a great spot to get a view of how radically collapsed the Great Salt Lake has collapsed. Oh my God. What a view. The mighty Ben Lomond. I remember when we were in high school down here, we used to laugh and say, yeah, one day they'll build the houses up here on the sandbar. That's the lake shore, ancient Lake Bonneville. But I want to talk about the peninsula in Russia. I mean, when you get to places like this, you realize how small the world is. So the peninsula in Russia, which the sand point goes across like this, the group of islands on the Ring of Fire in Alaska, which pretty well almost touches Russia. So the peninsula eastern is right there. You keep following that Ring of Fire around like this, and then you come drop down, that's the island of Japan. Fukushima is on the northern part of it, on the Pacific side. The meltdowns that happened there, happening, which I call Russian syndrome. So, as I said, you know that when this happened, the Minister of the Environment for Russia became very emotional. The very first video you see, the grassroots video, you don't need to speak Russian. You can hear him, you can hear the first word out of his mouth is Fukushima. It's right there. It's right there. It's right next to it. People that geographically illiterate. And so the Minister of Environment becomes very emotional. He says, this is a catastrophe. I'm saying, so Greenpeace International goes in there, does their boys studies, 4 times background fuel levels, which I knew right off the get, that's a nothing burger. Because 4 times background levels is nothing on the fuel cycle there. I mean, it's usually 10, 20 times. Wouldn't cause this catastrophe. I mean, you see it, the giant octopus are washed up. You see one of those, even if you're a diver, in your life is a miracle. He counted 8 or 12 of them. So the Minister of Environment comes out and says, the Siberian Times reports, that it's obvious to me someone has come in and cleaned this up. Someone's going to go to prison, going to go to jail on this. That was late September. It's November. In fact, it's mid-November. So not a peep. Not a word. There's no doubt in my mind this is Fukushima. These cores are burned through. The corium is finally burned through, and it's got into the trench. The Japanese trench, right there. That's what it is. There's no doubt in my mind. Absolutely. So he comes out and says 95% of all marine life was killed by this accident. He says it's the greatest ecological catastrophe he'd ever seen in his long tenure. Not a word. It's amazing, just like Fukushima. Any catastrophe, anything has Fukushima, the whole world, journalists, academics, everybody bows to these fuckers. Well, I don't know. What a view, huh? Wait, there's houses up here? I don't. So, anyway, I'll stay on this. It's cold. So, Baron or Cub, they do report this crawl up on one of the nuclear subs there. You know, it's one of the bear capitals of the world. Recently, an environmentalist was eaten by a bear and killed there. It's one of the great ecosystems. Active volcanoes, just like in Japan, just like in California, just like in Alaska, Hawaii, California. It's on the Ring of Fire. Who the fuck builds nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire? TikTok, Diablo Canyon Clock. So they shoot the bears. That makes international news, but all the life washing up dead, 95% of the marine life washing up dead, nada. 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 I'll stay on it, but not a peep, just like I said. Stay in tune.